Morning everyone, I'm Nick Slavic, proprietor of the Nick Slavic Painting and Restoration Company, and I'm also the host of this segment on Facebook Live every week, normally at Friday 9 a.m. called Ask a Painter Live. You send me your questions, I answer them. You can send them during the week, during this broadcast, and then after as well, and I'd be happy to answer your questions, painting and otherwise. Today we are not going live. I'm actually in Canada. In about an hour I will be getting on a float plane and going deep into the Canadian Shield for a week, doing a little expedition with a friend of mine. So I will not be able to broadcast live, obviously, but since I'm here I thought I would talk about a sort of finishing project that I did specifically for this trip. This is an old Featherlight canoe paddle, and you can see this is a curved model here, cedar, and when I got this paddle it had a very bad finish on it. What I did to my shop, I brought it into my shop, I sanded it all down, just like we talked about last week. You can either chemically strip it or you can sand it off. This one, the finish was very brittle, very old, sun blasted, so it came off very easily. So I sanded it off, got it down to bare wood, smoothed it all out, and I actually stained it green, this green color, because everybody's got a natural color canoe paddle. I wanted mine to be different, so when they're in a pile or you're around other people, you can tell which canoe paddle is yours. This is a custom stain that I made a couple years ago. I made this Craftsman clock project. I found probably late 1800s, somebody had done a nice little square mantle clock with a brass face on it, and they had stained it this green, and it became an in vogue color for a couple years, and then it went away, but it was associated with the Craftsman and the arts and crafts movement. I thought it was really neat, so I did my own version of it. I called it Bohemian Green. I stained the paddle, and then for a finish, I actually used a polyurethane floor finish. The toughest floor finish I know, which is called Fabulon. I get it through Sherwin-Williams. The guy who actually brought me up here, he made his own floor out of oak trees that he cut down, and when he was ready to have it finished, I finished the whole floor, 3 coats of this Fabulon, sanded it between coats, tack dragged it off, and used lamb's wool to apply it, and it's a beautiful finish. I actually refinished all the floors in my own home with a brush. I wanted an authentic look. 3 coats of this Fabulon, and my kids just beat it up. They try to destroy it. It doesn't work. So technically, it's probably not rated for exterior use, but I do know it is probably the toughest floor finish, or the toughest finish that I can find. And with a canoe paddle, this thing will be refinished or recoated many times. It takes regular maintenance just like everything else, so it's not something that you have to wait years for. Yeah, it's got a nice, all the water beads up on it. So this is one of those things where I'll use this week. The end of it's going to get all beaten up. It's going to get all scraped up. May even break one of the canoe paddles. I brought another one that I stained green too. I'll just touch it up with stain, make sure the cracks are all glued up, and then recoat it with some more polyurethane. So thank you guys for watching my segments. My apologies, this one won't be live. I'm not able to, but thank you to Toots for posting this for me back home, watching all our 4 kids doing battle on the home front. So send your questions during, send your questions after. I'd be happy to help you out in any way I can. Thanks again for watching, and we'll talk to you as soon as I get back out of the Canadian bush.